come and join us as we explore new places all around the world.
Pick up some useful hints and tips and don't make mistakes that we have.
See the things that we get up to and take a look around the ships as we travel.
Why not subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out. Hello, good evening, and welcome to our November live.
I know.
Yes, and we're all ready to go. We got a little drink with us.
Yes,
so
we have.
Cheers to you before we start.
Cheers. It's sun's beyond the yard arm, so we're fine.
Yes. Now, there's something I need to explain. You may have noticed, those of you who are new or have been with us before, that I've turned on subscribers only to make comments. It's not me desperate trying to get more subscribers, because most of you guys on here will already be subscribed to the channel anyway. But we had a few unpleasant comments last time with not some very nice language on. Thanks to the moderators very much for doing their best to sort it out. So we've just done that as an extra precaution because we don't want it to spoil hopefully your enjoyment. Isn't that right, Liz?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And you've got something else to say.
I have. Well, it's firework night tomorrow night.
Yes.
But here in Bridgewater, fireworks tend to start mid-October and go through to about December. And unfortunately, Dax isn't a fan. So apart from anything else, he's hiding under a cover here. But if they start going off and he gets upset, I will take him away and go into another room with him just to keep him calm.
Yeah.
But so... Please,
leave me on my own.
Leave you on your own, yeah. So my apologies if I do have to go. I'm hoping I'm not, because I'm hoping that being sat here, he'll just stay asleep.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just got this little one. Just put the question at the beginning. If you've got any questions, use a sort of housekeeping. And thank you so much for joining us. It's great. So I think first in tonight we had Rose, didn't we? Yes. Hi, Rose. Nice to see you
Rose.
again. And then we've got the Cruise Monkeys. They've been busy doing their shopping tonight. So thank you very much,
dinner.
guys.
I wonder if they're cooking something nice.
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps they'll tell us if they're cooking something nice. Yeah, I'm sure they are. It'd be lovely. And then I just got to go. Corinne's here. Good evening, Corinne. Nice to see you. Before you head out for dining
rehearsal.
A dining rehearsal. Oh,
I'm not sure what a dining rehearsal is.
No,
but it sounds rather nice to me.
It does. I mean, I don't need much practice, you can tell from my waistline. But perhaps you could fill us in and tell us a bit more what that is.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued now.
Yes.
Oh, and we've got Sue and Phil's Travels from the coast of Florida.
Oh, lovely.
Hi there.
Thank you.
I bet it's a little bit warmer over there than it is here.
I hope it would be.
And I hope you're not suffering with hurricanes at the moment as well. You've not had an easy time of it over there recently at all.
Singing.
Singing. No, that makes sense, Connie. Yeah. I was a bit concerned. Yeah. We're in the Panto rehearsals ourselves at the moment. So
no, we're not.
Yes, we are. We are. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays for us at the moment. So great. Oh, and we have question here from Sue and Phil Travels. How many other cruises do you have booked for 2025? I'm just trying to... Oh, hello.
We've got a little dinosaur. A little dinosaur. Is it a little dinosaur?
I think we did.
Cute.
Yeah, it means something, but I'm not quite sure what it means.
It means we're old fuddy-duddies.
We are, yes.
Yes, we have got something bits and pieces booked for 2025.
How many have we got booked for 2025?
Well, we had a gap in February, so we filled that.
We filled that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for 2025 so far. But we think there might be a couple more yet, because we want to put something in. So we've got one in February, one in March, one in May, one in July, which is a special one for us. And then we think sort of September, October, and we've got something on the back burner for December, hopefully.
So that should fill the year up.
Should fill the year up.
Hopefully you won't get Lindsey going, I think we got a gap in the calendar.
Well, that's what you did the other day when we booked everyone, yeah.
It was all my fault.
It's not my fault on this occasion. No, fine. Yes.
Not
So
often.
so that's what we've got. And we got some. How many new ships have we got next year so far? We've got 2 new ships out of the 4, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 new ships out of the 4, and hopefully at least 1 more new ship later in the year. We're all being a bit coy, aren't we? We can tell you about the next one because we've got 1 more this year as well, haven't
And that's
we?
on a new ship.
That's on a new ship
New
to
to
us. Yeah, it's not a new ship, it's a new ship to us. So, and I was going to come to that anyway, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Because we're off on Queen Victoria at the beginning of December with some friends. Hello, Alfie.
Hey, Alfie.
How opportune.
Glad to see you broken away from the washing and ironing.
Yeah, bless him. He's been washing and ironing. That's the trouble when you do all these cruises, isn't it? Yeah.
So you were going to say that we were just going
Yes,
off on
so we're
Queen
off
Victoria.
on Queen Victoria in December. We've never been on her before. So if there's anything special that we must do on board Queen Victoria,
Or something that you want us to find out about her, then please let us know in the comments below after this live stream is finished.
yes.
We'll collate those and we'll put it on the list to do when we're on board.
Well, yeah, we've got a long list, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah. Most of them consist of drinks, but
Don't know what you mean.
yeah, we're interested to see whether the drinks menu on Queen Victoria has been reduced to the size of the one on Queen Anne, because on Queen Mary it had a huge range of cocktails and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we were on Queen Anne, it was much reduced, and hardly any of them were in the package. As regards cocktails, probably
Yeah.
about 20%.
Yeah.
So we're still debating whether to have the drinks package or not. Not quite sure. So, Ruth, I quite excited about Fred Olsen coming out tomorrow. Yes,
Oh, right, yeah.
the new Fred Olsen brochure coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, we like Fred, don't we?
We do. We're completely converted.
Yeah.
That was a really good move going on that cruise earlier this year because it opened a whole wealth of information for us, really.
And hopefully we'll
Sherry.
expand that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sherry's here. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Oh, just back from
From
your
the
niece's
beach.
wedding, back in Charlotte from the beach. All right.
Okay. Show off.
You've probably noticed that we have thick pullovers on tonight because it's a bit nippy, isn't
It
it?
is a bit nippy and he won't let me put the heating on.
I haven't said such a thing. Oh, Andy and Carla are here. Hi, Andy. Hi, Carla. From up there in sunny Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool direction.
Might be cooler up there as well.
Yeah, yeah. And Rose is saying hi to Sherry. It's lovely when everyone says hello to each other.
It is.
Cora, me too. Rose.
Rose.
Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Nice of you to join us. I'm not sure we've had the pleasure of your company before, but thank you very much. Always a pleasure to welcome more people. It's great. And Keith and Christine are here on the cocktails.
Oh,
we're
well
not,
done.
we're not on cocktails tonight.
No. You kept it simple.
This is Tanqueray 10 and tonic, but very nice. We got a cheap bottle in Gibraltar, didn't we?
We did,
on the
so we
last
thought we'd
cruise?
open it tonight. I got the big measure out.
In honour. And Reese and Catherine are here. Good evening, Reese and Catherine. And Jerry and Diane are here as well. Oh, it's great. Everyone's saying hello to each other. That's
It's
wonderful. Lovely, 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 lovely. Oh, and the cruise monkeys and the car.
Oh, question.
Sean says, love yours. Oh, thank you very much, Sean. There's still a few more to come. In fact, I just put this little picture up. I hope this works because I left this on here. We've got another one coming out on the weekend, and it's all about this place, isn't it?
Well, not just that
Not
place.
just about that. So we were very, very lucky. Marseille's the next stop, and we actually did something we hadn't done before, didn't we?
Yes.
We actually went on the metro. And if anyone's going over to Marseille, the metro is a wonderful thing. You can get anywhere ever so cheaply.
Locally, yeah.
Locally, yeah. And once we'd actually found out how it operated, my school French came into use there. It was actually very simple, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Lindsey was a bit, but
Well, I didn't think the driver was very good. He kept on jerking it all the time.
oh,
when
he
took
was
off.
all right. He was all right. It was a bit quick. You can't hang
Yeah,
about
you
though,
can't
at
hang about,
stations.
yeah,
You got to get on and off quickly.
No.
Yeah.
When you decide you've got to get off, you've got to get off.
Oh, wow. Look what the cruise monkeys are having for dinner.
Oh,
Spicy sport takes with lime.
Spicy
Cow.
pork
steaks. What did I say? Stork pakes.
Or something like that.
It's the gin. Pork steaks and sautéed veg. Very nice, guys. What did we have tonight?
Lime, kale. Wow.
Yeah.
We had leftovers.
No, we didn't. I cooked you a lovely roast dinner with leftovers from yesterday. Oh, waste not, want not, you know. Pork was on special offer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, Sylvia says, I feel for your dog's got more upset as she gets older. It's such a shame. Well, ours is actually, touch wood, he's actually calming down a bit, isn't he? As he gets, so he's 8 years old now. He had his birthday last week?
No, the week before.
A couple of weeks ago. And he's actually calming down.
Yeah, he's actually the first second Jack Russell we've had that's been frightened of them.
Yeah.
The two previous ones we had, mother and son, would actually sit in the middle of the garden and watch the fireworks.
They love the fireworks,
They loved it.
Yeah.
But he's had a weekend away with one of his aunties, and she took him for a walk late last night, and there were fireworks going off, and apparently although he was on the lead, so he was quite safe, but he was quite happy to stand there and watch what was happening. I don't really think he put the two and two together, but she said he wasn't fazed by it at all. So hopefully he's getting better. But it's taken some work, really, hasn't it?
Apparently, reggae is the answer.
Reggae.
I know this sounds silly, but there is something. A vet told us, didn't he, when he was young? Don't worry, be happy is a good tune to play them. If you play them reggae music, apparently it calms them down a bit.
It replicates the heartbeat. And it just has a calming effect on them. And actually, even if it's one of us singing to him, which isn't very pleasant, he does actually calm down quite quickly.
Yeah.
And he will then lie in your arms and be sung to.
Yeah.
Obviously got no sense of hearing at all, but there you go.
Yeah, but no, so that is a little tip. Right, Gem, off on Sky Princess next November. Is the Premier Plus worth it? Bearing in mind that you're not big drinkers. Right, we've never actually done Premier Plus.
No.
We've done Princess Plus, and it's definitely worth it for us. In one of the vlogs we did, not last week, the week before, I think, we did a piece at the end to camera, and we went through, I had a medical treatment on board, so I had a very quiet day with regard drinking. It really depends on your habits and what you like to do. So that particular day, I worked out that being on the Plus package saved us about £30 on that particular day. And it was a quiet day. It really depends on what you drink, though, because you got $16.50 for the dessert for tips every day. I had on that particular day, because I wasn't drinking, one of those fancy desserts, and they're $16 plus 18% tip. Got to remember that. We had a cup of coffee before we went out into town. Then when we came back, I think I had a glass of wine and a bottle of water to take to bed with me, and then in the evening I think I had a couple of large Baileys, which was $36. 2 large Baileys. I mean, you can't have singles there.
No, it's not worth it.
So even on a very quiet day and we had the internet as well, if you use it. So even on a quiet day like that, it was still well worth it for us. Oh, we had a glass of wine with dinner as well.
Very probably.
So because the prices and because of the 18% gratuity that is added onto it, it's worth it for us. But everyone's different, really. I guess the answer, if you go on to Paul and Carol Loves to Travel onto their website, they've got most of the recent prices of the drinks. So I guess the thing to do is to pop onto their website, have a look at the prices, remember to add 18% on, also remember that it includes your tips. But this is the plus. For us, the Premier, I don't think we do. But it does include specialty dining, unlimited now. But we believe there's going to be a problem with that, because if all the people who have Premier Plus are trying to book specialty dining and you book it every day, which you'd be entitled to, it's going to run out. And I don't think there will be enough availability of the... I don't know how it's going to work. I think it's early days.
To be fair, even the restaurant manager that we spoke to wasn't sure how that was going to actually work.
No.
And the loyalty guy was exactly the same. He didn't know how it was going to work. It's just a case of suck it and see, really. And if it doesn't work, then they'll have to do something about it.
The photos don't interest us that you get on the premiere. And we found that probably 95% of the cocktails and drinks that we had were covered by the Princess Plus as opposed to the Premier. So it really depends. And if you've got any onboard credit, if you've got any with your booking, you might actually be better off having the Princess Plus package and then booking your specialty dining with your onboard credit. If you can get it when you're on board.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's becoming a problem because it's very popular. So I hope that sort of...
It's not an exact science, unfortunately.
No. But check the prices, see what you drink. Don't forget that port days are probably less likely. The other thing, of course, that the Plus does cover is your medallion delivery service as well. And we did use that because it was quite crowded on board, wasn't it? And we used that.
Claire EJB Travels.
Claire EJB Travels, yes.
First
you know who that is, don't you?
Yeah.
Claire's often commenting on that stuff. Thank you very much for joining us,
Nice of
Claire.
you to join us. Thank you.
Lovely of you to join us. And Sean, loved your Sky Princess, was expecting a tally for all the drinks.
Yeah.
Right.
It's on its way.
I'm going to be quiet now.
Really?
And let Lindsey speak.
Okay.
In her area of expertise.
What do you mean, drinks? Well, this was quite an episode, really, and poor old Ken has had quite a mammoth task going through all the videos and all the video clips to put together the amount of cocktails, different cocktails that we had.
Not the amount that we had.
Some of them we had more than once. So it took a while for him to put that together, and he has now actually made a video that will come out on Wednesday, I believe,
6 o'clock on Wednesday.
The story. However, we can announce that with people making their guesses as to how many different cocktails we've had about 50 different people guess, which is great. It's lovely to have that interaction.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Nobody guessed it on the dot, but the closest was...
What was the lowest and what was the highest, Linz?
You want the lowest and highest?
Oh, the lowest and the highest.
The lowest was 11.
Yes.
That was a bit ambitious. And the highest was 145, which was even more ambitious. Don't think I would have survived that. However, the number of different cocktails that we had was 48.
48.
The nearest guess to it was 52. And that was from a gentleman called Mike Zipser. Now, we're not actually expecting Mike to be on here tonight because we believe that he's on a cruise ship somewhere in the Med.
Somewhere in the Med. I think he sailed from Barcelona yesterday. We think Mike's from Virginia.
Yes.
Don't we?
We do.
So Lindsay's big goodie bag.
A big goodie bag, which I can't get because, of course, he's on my knee.
Yes.
But we will contact him and ask if he wants the goodie bag.
Well, I hope he will.
Does. And then we will get that off to him.
Yeah.
But if, for any reason, he doesn't come back to us, we do have
others in reserve,
who weren't quite as close. So we will update you on the December live stream. But that was it. It's amazing. I was really chuffed with all that.
Yeah, and thank you so much.
It's been great fun.
Yeah.
Because the amount of times people have put a guess in and I've ended up rolling with laughter, especially the 145.
Yeah, I think that was a bit over.
Yeah.
That's different ones. That's not... if it was how many we'd actually drunk, it might have been somewhere near it. But no, it was good. But thank
that was
you.
Good. I really enjoyed doing that.
Thanks so much for joining it. And as Lindsay said, the video will be out on Wednesday at, I think it's 6 o'clock I've programmed it for. So, here we go, look. So, just to make us, feel really cold. So Phil said it's 28 degrees in Florida at the moment.
Yeah. See, that's a little bit warm for me.
And what have we got here? About 7?
Yeah, I think
7
so.
degrees centigrade now? Yeah, not good. Oh, and Sheila's here.
Oh, Sheila. Hello, Sheila.
Lovely to see you. Dax is over here. He's asleep at the moment.
He's hiding.
He's hiding.
But come the end, I'll try and get him out from his hidey hole so that we can see him.
But at the moment, he's calm and quiet, so that's good. Yes.
As he instantly moves.
So we met Sheila on Sky Princess, didn't we, in 2022? And she very kindly accompanied us to
Sabatini.
To Sabatini.
Sabatini's never been the same.
It never has. No, never the same. Good. So travelling light. Good evening. Good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Christmas Carol the musical.
I say.
Lovely. We're doing our pantomime this year, which is on the end of January. Tickets are available online for sale for Christmas presents, bar mitzvahs, weddings, whatever you like. No, they're available. But we're doing the Snow Queen this year, aren't we?
We are. Yes, and you're playing Dame.
I'm playing Dame again. Yes, and you're not.
No. I'm playing a robber girl.
You are playing a robber, yes.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, she's playing a robber.
I'm the leader of the gang.
Yes. So Claire says, it's nice to see so many familiar faces. Yes, it is. It's great. Oh. Now, yes, guys.
Right,
a box on gala night. That is something we have
talked about
that because we saw your video when you did it, and it was very special. But do they only do it on formal nights, or can you do it any night? That's another question, see. And I hope the cooking's going well. Yeah. Oh, and Alfie says, a Cunard Spritzer, Lindsey. Oh, we had a few of them on Queen Anne, didn't we?
Yeah.
We liked them. Yeah, Lindsey had quite a few of them. They're very nice. But yeah, you're dead right, that, Alfie. It's a nice light drink.
And I need to try more of the Bloody Marys. That's already down on my list to do.
Bloody Mary's on the list to do. Corinne says, wonderful. Hello, Sadie.
Hello, Sadie.
Nice of you to join us. Yes, great. Oh, Clarissa. We did Queen Victoria last Christmas, and the Christmas gingerbread houses were amazing. Oh, the Christmas decorations. We should have Christmas decorations because we go on the 5th.
Yeah, so we should have those all up. And yes, there's a number of cruises that do the gingerbread houses, which I think they're amazing to see. There's a lot of work that goes into them. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
That counts as a cocktail. Oh, yeah, that counts as a cocktail. Yes, I think you're right. I think it's referring to Alfie's spritz. Yes.
Oh yes.
Not sure if it's right, but we have something called a thunder shirt for dogs. You put it on them, and it's kind of like a big hug, and it calms them down.
Oh.
I've never heard of one of them.
I might have to look that up.
Yeah. Well, they're bound to be on Amazon.
Oh, everything's on Amazon.
It's bound to be on Amazon. Everything's on Amazon. Yes.
Oh.
And it's Christmas time.
Yeah, actually, no, it'd be quite good for New Year too.
Yeah.
Because we get an awful lot of fireworks around here at New Year.
It's to do with Bridgewater being a carnival town and having a sort of vague connection to Guy Fawkes. And if any of you have seen the latest blog post that Lindsay's put up on our website, it's all about our day out at Carnival and what a good day it was.
Yes. We have a long tradition here that goes back over 400 years, and it's all to do with Guy Fawkes and the fact that he didn't manage to blow up the Houses of Parliament, and the fact that James I, the following year, insisted that everybody start celebrating with bonfires, which is how we get bonfire night in this country. Bridgewater, of course, being Bridgewater, took it a stage further and still do. So it's an interesting story and an interesting history in this part of the town.
And we've already had one of our follows, Dr. Shana from Texas, who's been in touch today and is looking at booking a hotel to come over and see it next year.
It's an awful long way to come.
It's an awful long way to come, isn't it? No, she's in Europe anyway on a cruise, but she's
still a long way to come.
Yes. So Sheila's asking for a rendition of "Don't Worry, Be Happy," please. I can't remember the words though.
No.
It's been a while.
I can remember the one set of words.
Go on.
Don't worry.
Be happy, don't worry, be happy. Do, do, do,
No. Thank you. Thank you. No, not too much.
All right.
Don't want to upset people.
No, we don't want people to go away, do we? No, it's nice people
Do
to come
they
in.
do the shirts?
Do the shirts for people? Wow. Well, yeah, that'd be quite nice, Sheila. I could give you a hug. I did give you a hug when we met, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's not a thunder shirt.
No, not at all.
Actually, I know somebody else that could do with a thunder shirt.
Who?
Okay. Kath doesn't like thunder.
No, she doesn't. So Jerry's saying, are you doing Panto? Yes, we did that one. It's the Snow Queen, and we are doing it end of January in Bridgewater Town Hall. And they've got new seats this year.
Yeah, they have.
They've just had a big installation of retractable seats. Apparently they're not very comfortable.
So it's going to be the way.
I'm just glad we don't have to sit on them. Oh, saying, haha, this is what we like to see, people interacting. Oh, yes, Alfie, thank you very much.
Alfie.
Don't forget the thumbs up. We haven't got one of those things on ours where it sends out...
No, you're going to have to make a banner of some sort.
I don't know how we get those to work.
No.
It's probably just me. Daniel Skingley. Hi, Daniel. Nice of you to join us. I wonder what part of the word Daniel's it from. He's off on Aurora on November 2nd. I can't wait until it'll be my 10th cruise. Wow. We love Aurora, and we're on her again next year.
We are. Yes.
We're going up just before she goes into her refit on the Northern Lights cruise. And I know that Carla and Andy are on the one before us.
Yes, they are.
Mm.
We'll have to meet somewhere.
I hope they leave some wine on board. And, you know...
Well, there'll be a few of us that won't be happy if they don't.
Well, no, because Emma's there as well. Emma and Dave are there as well, yeah. Sherry says, I think 45 is closer than 52. Didn't Sherry have 43? I'm not sure. You've got that there.
I would
Lindsey will double check, Sherry. I thought that you were 43, but
she's nowhere near that age.
We will get Lindsey to do a double check, because I think she said
Sherry
you were 40.
is 43 here.
43. So Lindsay's got 43 in her book. I thought it was, because we double checked, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Claire says that 82 is wonderful. It's in the early 50s here and quite chilly. Yeah, it is quite chilly. And Sherry's saying good luck on Panto. Yeah.
Panto rehearsals. Yeah,
Panto
we need them at rehearsals.
It's all right. Oh, Corin's playing the blind old hag who turns into the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Ooh.
Oh, Lindsay's been an old hag lots of times.
He's trying to say that I either play mad or bad.
You were a soothsayer.
I was. That was a fantastic part to play.
Yeah, you were set.
She was completely batty. She had her lines half a page in front of everybody else's script.
Yes, it was a bit like that that Two Ronnie sketch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When they were answering the question, when they did Mastermind, they were answering the question before, or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Pro Prompt had no hope.
Hi, Martha. Thank you for joining us for the very first time. Managed to get to a live, and I'm like, don't worry about being late. Nobody's late. You've got better things to do in your life than listen to us, I'm sure.
Yeah, good.
But thank you much for joining us. It's much appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So the monkeys say only on production show nights. Okay. That's for the box.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
We might do that.
And Sue and Phil say yes, they are on Amazon.
Oh, that's the Thunder shirts.
That's the Thunder shirts. You got that written down, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Yes, good. Amazon are selling Thunder shirts. Oh,
wow,
that's great. Thank you very much for that.
We might have to put them on our Amazon shop. They might be popular.
We could put them on the Amazon shop. Right, Sherry's saying, I thought you mentioned 45. I didn't. Oh, no, not 45. No, sorry. I know you were 43, Sherry. Thanks very much for taking part.
She hadn't. No, she thought she'd mentioned somebody had 45. No.
Yes.
No. The closest was 53.
52.
52. Whatever.
52.
Yeah, 52.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Getting me confused now.
And I am cheeky.
I've got a book.
Oh, yes. New patio. Yeah, it's the old thing. There's an ongoing issue that I keep putting my foot in it with Lindsey, and this is what Alfie's referring to. It's usually on Bob's Zoom, isn't it, on a Friday night?
Yeah.
And I keep putting my foot in things, and they reckon that Lindsay's going to dig a hole under the patio and bury me there.
Not going to.
Oh. And it's
just getting deeper.
I must admit, I do deserve it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible. Right, Corinne, I've not joined when you always were, but it's great to see so many Paul and Carol folks here. It is.
Yeah.
It's great to see
Isn't
them.
it weird how similar the audience, for lack of a better word, is? Yeah, it's really nice, actually, because it means that everybody gets to know one another a little bit better.
Yes.
And actually, we found that when we do meet people, apart from the fact that they probably know us better than we know ourselves, but we feel we know them as well. It's a very strange feeling. We recently we went to Bath. If anyone's seen on our website that we had on the blogs, we had a day out in Bath, and we didn't realise I'd forgotten how good the city was, and you don't think you'd ever been around
the only time I've been to Bath is to rugby.
But we met two of our followers there from New Zealand.
Yeah.
And
Margaret and
Jackie.
Yeah.
And they were sort of in transit. So came down from London and met us in Bath, and we had a lovely few hours. It was all too short, but we had a lovely few hours in a great pub, having a lovely lunch. But before we actually met them, we made sure that we had about an hour to walk around the outside of some of the buildings, and got some lovely pictures.
Yeah.
But we decided that we need to go back and do the city properly, and actually go in some of these places, because the Abbey looked as though it was really interesting, and the baths. Well, I don't think I've ever been in the baths. I know they smell.
No, I haven't been in the baths.
But
well, they got a bit of the sulphur smell.
Yes, they have. Yeah. But we just think that would be a really nice day out, and we're not that far away. And the transport system isn't too bad either. Really.
No, we did park and ride, didn't we? Because Bath is a pollution-free zone, so it was just so much more convenient and really good value. £5.50 for the two of us for parking and transporting. So that was really good. Yeah, very good. Paul and Carol, thanks for that. Sheila, have you been on Celebrity Apex? I'm booked on it next September. No.
What's wrong with your glasses tonight?
No, Sheila. Lindsay doesn't know this yet, but I've been looking at a cruise on Celebrity Apex for next year.
Have you?
Yes. For our gap. You know, I mentioned earlier we got this autumn gap.
Oh, I thought we were thinking of something else.
We've been thinking about lots of things. We've been thinking about Arcadia as well, but after talking to Sheila the other day, I'm not so sure now.
She will have had a refit. But anyway, that's a discussion.
So we haven't been on Apex. We've only done one cruise on Celebrity Silhouette, and let's say it wasn't our favourite cruise line. It just didn't. I can't tell you what was wrong. The food wasn't very good, but it's because they were experimenting for a period of about 2 months with their menus in the main dining room, and we unfortunately fell in that time zone because they changed everything back, and apparently now it's really good again, but it wasn't that good when we were on.
Perhaps we ought to look seriously at that. September, eh?
September. Well, the one I was looking at was down to the Canaries. September, October, I can't remember which month it was now, but yeah. But I don't tell her everything, you see.
No, obviously not.
I'm going deeper under the patio again. Yeah. So no, we haven't, but it's not out of the question.
Apparently.
Well, you've just chosen the last few. So, Quaxon. Hi, Ken and Lindsay. What has been your favourite?
Did you actually say Quaxon? Are you worried I'm going to put you under that? Sorry.
What?
You mean question?
Yeah, no. Over here.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. So, go with me again.
Question.
What has been your favourite princess
itinerary
from Southampton, and what would you like to see in the future?
There's a favourite itinerary that we've done has got to be USA, Canada. And to sail to and from Southampton over there, which was a 25-nighter the last one we did, which we understand they're going to stop doing that.
They're going to New Orleans instead, I think.
So actually, might be an idea. But that would certainly be our favourite itinerary that we've done with Princess. If we were ever to get to Alaska, that would be probably Princess we did that on.
Yes, probably.
Probably.
And I would probably do Princess if I was ever allowed to go to Japan and Asia, which I would like to do, but Lindsey doesn't want to do it at all. She doesn't even. She has a problem with flying anyway. But well, you do. You were very ill when you flew once. So there is a very valid reason for not liking flying. But you just, it has no interest for you at all, does it?
Really?
Japan. I used to work for a Japanese company, manufacturing company, and I found the cultural side of the Japanese fascinating that I saw in that small, and I wished I'd been sent over there for work, and it was getting very close at one point that they were going to send me over for 2 or 3 weeks to Japan.
Yeah.
And it never quite happened,
No.
which is a bit of a shame because it would have saved you the hassle then, wouldn't it? You wouldn't have had to go. So that's it. But there is what we'd also like to do. I'd like to go from Southampton, but not on Sky Princess. I would like to go on one of the older, smaller ships.
When?
I'm not really that fussed as long as it's not round the British Isles.
Okay. I'd quite like to go. We talked about doing a cruise over to the Eastern Med. We'd done it before, years ago, when they had ships that went at a sensible speed. But now our present circumstances are that we don't want to do anything that's too long.
No,
but
family commitments.
Because of family commitments. So the ones that go over there are too long for us.
Well, they're 25, 26 days now, where they used to be 18.
But until circumstances change, we're not going to be looking at anything at that length.
No.
But that would be another one that would be quite nice to do. And I don't know whether Princess do that.
I don't think they do. No, because they sail straight out of the Med. They sail out of Barcelona and Rome, and they would do them from there. And out of Athens as well. And you'd have to fly them. Although we have been also doing some investigations on land and sea travel to get to sail from the Med. It's something that we saw, and don't laugh too loudly, it was pointed out to us actually, wasn't it, by one of our followers, Peter, and he found this Silver Seas cruise that we quite fancy, but it's very expensive, and it was only £1,800 each for a week, which is a lot of money, but it's not for Silver Sea. So we've been thinking about exploring doing land and sea travel to get to the Med. And it's something that we sort of mentioned briefly to Dan. We haven't gotten to do the costings and things, but I've worked out that if you can get, and Lindsay's, you're not unhappy
I
about
am
this.
aware of this one.
You are aware of this one. So I've been looking at a ferry down to Bilbao, Portsmouth down to Bilbao, and then train transport across. The other way is to go Eurostar, and if you then go into Paris, apparently you can get a direct train, an overnight sleeper from Paris down to Rome. So that's the other option as well. So I'm just trying to do slightly different things.
It would also be really handy for a lot of people that either can't or won't fly. To know that there are other things out there that they can do other than sailing from this country. Because there's no doubt about the fact it does hold you back a little bit.
Yep.
But until somebody finds a drug that I can take, I'm not going to be flying anymore.
So that's the next sort of thing that we're looking at is sort of doing that. And as Lindsay said, we think it could be quite helpful for those people that don't like to fly and see how it works. We can do it. We can vlog it, we can say this worked, this didn't, this did, this didn't. And then hopefully people could, if they find it interesting, might want to
useful tips perhaps.
Find some useful tips and share it. So that's another thing that we're looking at and doing. Tony, good evening. Hope you're all well this evening. We're very
fine.
Well, just a little chilly, but we're very well, aren't we?
People still saying
hi to Corin, Corin's hi to her. Have you had a chance to watch Brian and Curl go cruising yet? Yes, we have. They're funny, aren't they? I don't mean funny in a nasty way. They're funny. A very dry sense of humour. And yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to meet them.
Yes, it would. Yeah, over a pint somewhere.
Yeah, definitely
Very
over
nice.
a pint.
Yeah, definitely over a pint. So yes, we have seen them. Very good. Enjoyed them. Any experience of Sapphire Princess? We've just booked for Canada to England. No, I'm afraid not. We've not been on Sapphire at all,
No,
have
we haven't. No.
We've been on Grand Princess, Sky several times, Regal, Enchanted, and what was the other one?
Royal?
The other older Royal Princess. So no, not Sapphire, I'm afraid. But I think Sapphire is similar to Ruby and Diamond, isn't it? It's the same class. I think that's and Emerald. So I think that's the class before Grand, I think. Okay. But somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. So no, very sorry, can't help you on that one.
There might be other people here that have more experience of Princess Cruises that might be able to help you on that.
Yeah, so if there's anything, Martha, if you'd like to put another question in and see what it is, say what you're actually asking about. We've done New England, Canada on Princess, and it was really good. If you want to have a look at some of the port stops, Lindsey's got a lot of them on our website, things to do in Halifax and New York and St. John and St. John's. What's all the other ones? Boston, all the things we did and things you can do. So that's on our website if you want to have a look, which might be of use to you.
It's just a few, because when you look at some of the places in America, there is just so much, you never could cover it all anyway. So what I tried to do with those ports in particular was just to give highlights of what is available to do, and then tell people what we've actually done, and how we found it, whether it was good, bad, indifferent. So it gives you some idea. Yeah, because
we were also lucky because we also did Canada, New England way back in 2003 on P&O's Oriana in them days, and that was quite special as well. In the days when cruising,
days when we had a leaning Elvis.
No, we're not going into that. No, not at all.
Don't ask him to sing any Elvis, please don't. It's right for you, I've got to live with it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So Sheila says, oh, how lovely. She's booked on September the 13th. Specialty restaurant, Mike. Oh, no, Sheila, we can't do that. You can't let you treat us. No. Definitely come with you if we go on there, but no. We would pay our own way, but thank you very much. Reese, what is your favourite Christmas cocktail?
Oh, now that's difficult.
Christmas
I quite
cocktail.
like things like mulled wine. A good one. It's got to be a good one with nice spices in.
But that's not a cocktail.
But it's not a cocktail. It's got to be something Bailey's orientated.
Yeah. And how about then a brandy Alexander, Lindsay? Lindsay loves her brandy Alexanders.
You'll see in the video they appear.
Yes, because we
don't say too much more.
No, we did all 48 cocktails and we gave them a score each as well, didn't we?
We did.
All the 48 that we tried. Yes. So Christmas cocktail, I might even go a mudslide, which is Bailey's basic, or White Russian.
White Russian, that's a bit more Christmassy perhaps than...
Yeah. Not really. We don't tend to drink cocktails at home because...
Ideas, please.
Yes.
If you have any tips for Christmas cocktails, please let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll try them as well.
They may have some special ones.
They may do.
On Queen Victoria.
They may do.
That we could try.
And if not, we could try them at Christmas.
Well, we could try making some, because we got Kahlua and all sorts of different things.
So if you've got any ideas for Christmas cocktails, please let us know.
And we'll try and make some.
Or find where they serve them.
I do quite like cider. Warm, just warm. Don't get it hot, otherwise all the alcohol comes off. But rough cider with gin, about half and half. We used to have this when we were in Young Farmers all these years ago, with lots of fruit in with it, with oranges and lemon and stuff like that. And that's quite nice, but you must not get it too hot, otherwise the alcohol boils. I think it's 70 degrees the alcohol boils off at.
No point drinking it if it's too hot, is there?
No. So that's the other thing that I quite like at Christmas as well, is a bit of mulled cider. And they had that in the pub on Saturday as well.
They did.
Didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
So Corinne says, just flew back from Japan a few weeks after Celebrity Millennium Cruise. 15 hours. Oh. Was that never again the cruise or never again for the flights? Because there's a bit of a difference here. But looks like Corinne's on your side.
15 hours.
15-hour flight. Yeah, it's a long flight. It's a long flight, isn't it?
Especially in those seats. Oof.
Yes, so question, princess or celebrity? We're just off on our first celebrity escorts, having done Sky Princess cruises. Not sure the celebrity experience was worth the higher price tag. I would agree with you.
From our experience.
From our one experience of celebrity, so we have to say that. The food that we recently had on Sky Princess was far superior to what we had on Celebrity.
Yeah.
Far superior. They were both quite loud ships, but I think Celebrity, we actually, around the pool deck, we actually left the pool area on 3 separate occasions because it was so loud, the music was so loud out there, we couldn't hold a conversation. Whether that was just down to that particular DJ, but we found the whole ship quite loud. When I went round in the mornings doing some filming, and this was sort of 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning to do my ship tour of Silhouette, you were just bombarded with music, and in some places of the ship you had 3 different lots of music all coming at you from different directions. And I quite like music, but I don't want it at 6:30 in the morning and 3 different lots all bombarding me. So as far as I'm concerned, on our one Celebrity experience, so we have to quantify that. I won't say I'd never go on Celebrity again because so many people say it's so good, but we haven't
had that experience.
No.
So we need to, perhaps that's why you're thinking of Apex.
It is, but apparently the new Edge class ships are so different to the older style as well. Everyone sort of raves about them, although the Monkeys went on there and they said there was nothing wrong with it, but
at one point they would have preferred to be on another ship.
Well, I know that when they were in the Caribbean, they said Britannia was there and they were on, and twice the price as well, and they'd have rather got back on Britannia.
I suppose the trick is to get a decent deal.
Yeah, and
that's not always
see.
Easy.
No, it's not always easy. We'll see. Phil, hi both.
Oh.
Have you had any strange coincidences on cruises? If so, what?
Oh, Phil, you do ask some questions at times. Oh, I know one.
Oh,
I know a strange coincidence on our first ever cruise.
Really?
Yeah. We were sat on deck. In fact, we'd met them before.
Oh, yes.
But we were sat on deck talking to a couple of families. 2 couples. They came from Wareham in Dorset, which, of course, I'm a Dorset girl. I went to school in Wareham. And as you do, you start talking about, oh, yeah, and who are you? They gave me their surname, and I thought, this is a bit weird. It was an unusual surname. And I went, you haven't got a son? Yes. 2. Oh my goodness. So I was actually at school with both of their sons. Well, that was one coincidence. But then this lady went away and came back, saw her another day, and she said, can you just have a look at this? This is my bookmark. I've been using this as a bookmark for donkey's years, but I thought you might be interested in it. And it was a piece of folded up A4 paper that was discoloured, it being used so much.
No comment.
Yeah. Anyway, I opened this piece of paper and it was a programme from a school concert that had happened in something like 1976, where her son was the solo clarinetist and I was the solo singer.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe that. The fact that we knew each other, or knew that between us the mutual thing was the son. But yeah, so that was probably the biggest coincidence I've ever had.
I think the other strange ones I've had is we've been on ships and I've met some of the nurses from the hospital. Judy was on there, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And I was in there and all of a sudden I said, oh, hello, Ken. And it was one of my nurses from when I was spending a lot of time in hospital. And then also a chap that I used to work with, John Randall. He was on the same cruises and we worked together, and he was on holiday and I was on holiday and he was on the same cruise. So we've had a few strange
I've had
things.
a number of colleagues from when I worked for the police that I've met on there. So that, and actually I didn't see him properly, but I heard my cousin. Do you remember?
Oh, Spud.
Spud.
Yeah.
And I heard this voice behind me as I walked out of a lift. He was in the lift. He didn't realise I was there. I didn't realise he was there until I heard the voice. And by the time I turned around, the doors had shut, and I never saw him again on that cruise. But it was definitely him. But yes, so coincidences happen. Very strange.
Yeah. Very. And Alfie says that Sapphire Princess is lovely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do want to get on one of the older princess ships, because I think they've got a bit more room on them, because Sky's can get a bit crowded at times. We found that, haven't we?
Yeah.
So Jerry says, in the past, have you ever cruised to St. Petersburg?
Yes.
How many times?
Three, I think.
3 times, yeah.
Yeah, very lucky to have done that.
And quite different experiences.
Yes, because we go back far enough for it to be quite difficult to get through immigration.
Yeah, it was.
It was
we
quite
went there
scary.
once. We went there once while it was still in the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
And yeah, the lady on immigration was terrifying, wasn't she?
And in those days, I had to get, although I wasn't a serving police officer, I had to get permission from work to go because it was all a bit, iffy in those
But we
days.
went there, and the difference that we noticed, the first time we went, we docked right in the city, didn't we? My Lord, it was a bit rough in there. They had potholes that you could have lost a cow in. They were so big, weren't they? They were enormous potholes. It was still Soviet Union times. And the whole place was uncomfortable, wasn't it? Dirty.
You weren't able to go out. You could have got visas to do your own thing, but it's a little bit like some other countries where you really wouldn't feel safe doing it.
No.
So
we went to the ballet that time.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah.
And we couldn't really understand this. So it was the Soviet Union. Maybe it's my naivety or misunderstanding of the system over there. But you got there, and then you got to the palaces, like
stunning.
The Peterhof Palace and St. Catherine's Palace, and they were absolutely beautiful and well preserved and stunning. And you sort of thought, I was struggling to sort of square the circle. Then once we went on that hydrofoil thing, and it was so noisy it nearly burst your eardrums when you were on it, because it was an old Soviet one. It was really, really noisy. And when we came back from Peterhof, wasn't it? The next time we came in, we docked into a purpose-built cruise port, which was further out to sea, wasn't it? Where they had all the icebreakers and everything out there. And you couldn't believe the difference. All the roads were good. The whole place felt so different.
It was very different.
Yeah.
And there was one of the trips that we did that took us down, walked us out in through the city, and walked us. We went down in the underground. That was an experience. And
beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think we'd want to do it now. But then we walked through one of the local markets because it was actually where the girl lived in the area the guide was.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to try any of this, please, help yourselves. Nobody was doing it, and I thought, oh, for goodness sake. Anyway, I was the one that tried it. Oh, it was quite nice, actually.
Oh, it was all sorts
I have no idea what I was eating.
And then we gate crashed somebody's wedding on that trip, didn't we?
Yeah.
And so it was a sort of walking tour plus trip on the metro around.
It was fun.
But it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Hermitage was hard work.
Yeah, we weren't, we were with P&O, and actually with people that went with Princess or Celebrity, I think it was.
Was with a Celebrity. Yeah.
They were seeing different parts of the Hermitage than we saw. And we saw all the old masters, which was really nice. But you don't go to St. Petersburg to see that. You go to St. Petersburg to see the Russian things. And they were the ones that were seeing the Russian artefacts and things, and we weren't. I would be, even if we were able to go there now, I would be in two minds as to whether I would want to go there.
It was hard work as well, wasn't it?
It was a route march.
It was a route march. You just couldn't believe the size of that building. It's enormous. I mean, we were fit then as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that didn't make it.
Yeah, there were. Some
They
people
dropped
just
off
gave
as we
up.
went round.
They just dropped off, and then
We picked them up on the way back.
So yes, Jerry, we have been there.
Yeah,
it was fantastic.
It was.
And I would go again, barring current situation there. If that was resolved, I would quite happily go back there.
And at some point, I have to say, I've got a long list of places that we've been.
And catch up.
And I'm doing the current ones at the moment, but when I've got to the end of those and have a bit more time, I'm going to research a little bit more about what we did in St. Pete's and put together something on the website about it, because it's just so unusual these days for people to have had the chance to go there.
We've been very privileged because we've not only done St. Petersburg 3 times, but we've actually sailed up the canal into Venice on 4 or 5 occasions.
Might
4
be
times. 4, I think. And of course that's not available for people to do either now. So we're very privileged.
Yeah.
And I guess we've done the fjords, and who knows what's going to happen there in a few years' time. Sherry says Carney should have gone business class for the long haul flight.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yes. Not always possible, is it? Yes. Peppermint martini, crushed peppermint on the...
No. No.
That was a chocolate martini.
Yeah, but there was one that was a peppermint one that I've had that was a clear peppermint one.
Yeah.
And I really didn't like it.
I thought that was a chocolate one with a mint on the side.
No.
You had 2 chocolate ones.
I had 2. One was a mint one, not necessarily on this trip.
Yeah.
And I really didn't like it that much. I might be forced to try it again. But the chocolate one was a little bit like that as well. There's 2. One's creamy and one's clear. And I really didn't like the clear one.
No. So Mark and Lindsey are here.
Oh,
Hi guys.
hello.
Thanks so much for joining. Oh, poor devils.
Long day at work. Oh.
Yeah, you had long. We had a funeral to go to this afternoon.
So we haven't had a good time.
not particularly good, but everyone's making us smile. Just in case you will have missed early because they've only just come in from work. The cocktail number was 48 different ones that we did on Sky, which is quite good. But thanks so much for popping in, and I hope you've eaten. Oh, hello, dog's waking up. I hope you had a chance to eat and sort yourselves out. Hopefully, says hi to Mark and Lindsey as well. Great. So Mick says Caribbean Princess has a fantastic bar at the after ship called Skywalkers. So is that the one that's got the bridge that goes across at the back, up above? They had about 2 or 3 of them. Do you remember that? They had a thing, because it's a disco in there or something, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Late at night, and it's sort of like a stuck up bit, like an aerofoil almost at the back of the ship, and it goes across. Yeah, we haven't been on that one.
No.
Many ships of this feature. We went to Iceland and Greenland, spent all sailways in there.
All right, good place to see the sailorways.
A good place for that. Excellent. Well, that's really good. So what else have you got, Lindsey, before I carry on and overwrite you on everything? I know you've got a list of things here.
I think we've covered most of it.
Yeah.
Well, just to remind people that we do have an Amazon shop.
Oh,
a
yes.
little Amazon shop. And as it's coming up to Christmas, there might be a few little bits and pieces on there that would be interesting if you're looking for odd presents for people that go cruising. We've got some really unusual bits and pieces, but we've also got things like the packing cubes and padlocks. There's a travel journal on there.
Yeah.
We actually got one of those for a friend of ours last year.
She loved it.
And anti-slip ice grippers.
Oh yes, that's in prep. We've got some in preparation for next March.
It's to slip over your shoes when you go walking in ice and snow, and it's so much easier in some respects than using snow boots. Because we got both, but I think that it'll be easier when it's not so deep. It'll probably be easier to use those. So don't forget to have a look at that. We've done the tips on that. Oh, and just to let people know that the next live will be on the 2nd of December.
2nd of December.
That will be a good night for me because I shall have a night off from packing.
Well, you don't start packing till after that anyway. But we know we've got to because we've got rehearsals the day before. I got a rehearsal the night before, so I'm going to have to pack during the day or something like that.
I expect we both have, actually, at that point.
Yes. So, that's on Wednesday night, we've got the cocktail Lindsey's cocktail conundrum, if you're interested to see the different ones we tried and what our reactions were and how we scored them, because I left mainly the videos with Lindsey's tasting because it was her little baby really, but if I had some that she didn't, then I put my scores in. But we actually had quite different scores on some of them, but I only put the same one in once.
Yes.
But we did have differing opinions, didn't we?
And
yes.
we did try several times.
Oh yes, very much so. Yeah.
I blame Carol for one of them.
That was the
Bloody Caesar.
Bloody Caesar, which you fell in love with.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, Mick says that's the one. I'm thinking of the thing across about. And Andy and Cara, they love Skywalker's great places during the day as well. Oh, even though the bar's closed, you can order a drink on the app. Yes.
Ah, yes. Now, there's a good idea.
Because the app actually worked very well for us while we were on, wouldn't it?
It worked very well on Sky on the last trip. Yeah, you did.
Okay, well, we won't prolong any longer. Oh, hang on.
Anything else?
No, I think we've got through all your questions, which is great.
Gracious.
Perfect timing, guys. You've done us very well.
The dog's just woken up.
The dog's just woken up, so he can say hello now.
Oh, yes. Are you going to talk?
Yes. No,
he's
not talking.
No, he's not talking tonight.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. Been a real pleasure and great to share, and nice that we didn't have any strange people this time as well.
Well, just us.
Just us, yeah. So, tatty bye for now. Bless
yes.
him. Yes. And we'll say goodbye with this one. Thank you.
Bye.
Why not pop over to our website, kengoescruising.co.uk. There you can find out a little more about us, check out our reviews on ships we've cruised on, and some of the ports of call we've enjoyed to date. We also have a small online shop for you to browse that includes our very own delist cruising ducks. If you'd like to contact us about anything, just go to our Contact Us page.